Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be testing the function indicator.
But before we do, if you have not watched my first video and the videos after that, you need to go do that right now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team, and as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down in the description below. You can also find a link to our Discord server, so that way we can all discuss testing indicators and building our trading system. And lastly, you can find a link below to TradingView. If you sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money using the link below.
Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the function indicator. But before we do, I wanted to put the indicator scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested 92 indicators, and out of those 92 indicators, 31 of them have been winners, which means that they have met or exceeded the 60% win-loss ratio threshold that we have set for them. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. But as we are working on building the best trading system possible, you could take any one of those 30 indicators and get out there and start potentially profitably trading the markets with them now. So go back and watch those videos, make a list of those indicators, and get out there and see what you can do with them. But stick with us here as we work on maximizing your trading profits. All right. So today's indicator is the function indicator. Let's see. So it's basically a two-line cross, and it also has a channel which acts as a filter to filter out choppy or ranging markets. So pretty interesting. I am going to go in and make some slight modifications to some of the colors on this. You all know how sometimes these colors drive me insane. And so, let's see. What was that one? That one is short, and this one is long. Okay, so now what we have done is we have modified the two lines to represent the green line for long trades and the red line for short trades. Additionally, the creator of this indicator, this is a TradingView user or member created indicator. And so there will be, of course, a link to it in the description below. But they have built in the function where the candles change color as we get a signal to go either long or short. And so it's pretty simple. When the candles go green, that's a signal to go long. When the candles go red, that is a signal to go short. And so that's pretty much how we will be trading it and testing it today. All right, there we go. We have our take profit and stop in place. I forgot to put that up, so that is there now. And we will get on with the testing process here. I will also do a little bit of price action analysis like I have been in some of the previous videos. I feel like it helps to sharpen my skills when it comes to reading price action, as well as hopefully it is teaching all of you viewers out there how you can go about reading price action as well, and kind of the things that you should be looking for or attempting to learn when it comes to price action, if that is something you are at all interested in. So once again, let's get on with the testing process here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so price action reading here. You see that we've had a good push up, and so we've had quite a few. And this is one of those things where it gets a little bit more challenging. You know, when you're used to reading the color of the candles, um, and the association with, you know, what price action is doing with them, then it gets a little bit more challenging when you modify the color of those candles like we have done here. And so you know, no longer do we get scenarios where we can tell what's, you know, a red candle, what's a green candle, and so on. But anyways, okay, so price action reading here. So we've had a good push up. It looks like it has made a few cycles here, and it has hit this top, kind of rounded out here. Looks like it is starting to lose a little bit of momentum here. Had a really strong pullback here, but it's still kind of being supported in this zone right here. As far as support goes, and what was kind of a resistance point back here with these candles. And so we did get a long signal taking place right here. It is super late in this trend, and so I have a feeling we might possibly start to see a little bit of you know, kind of pull back in this move. Of course, there's, you know, nothing kind of set in stone at this point to say, you know, that's a guarantee. And so we'll play it forward just a little bit here and see what happens. All right, you see it's starting to kind of chop sideways here. And so when you get a price action move like this, this is kind of an upside down cup and handle, kind of, not really formed all the way. But sometimes when you get a scenario like this where it forms a price action pattern and then starts to chop sideways, it's not a great sign. You really want to have good, quick confirmation as to what the move is going to do. The more it sits here and chops is the more indecision there is in the market. And this could realistically, at this point, either bust its way up through the ceiling and take off in the up direction, or it could start to form a downtrend. And so not a whole lot of confirmation at the moment in this price action. Now let's take a look and see what is going on with the signal we have here. It has not hit 90 pips. It is you know, just kind of chopping along. So we're going to play it forward a little bit here, see what it does. You see, I was putting a lot of pressure up against this level of resistance up here. It did have this big strong candle right here, an engulfing candle that you know, really did push down strong. And so let's see if we got our 90 pips out of this yet. Nope, it still has not. I fear that now we are going to have a push down, and you can also start to see it happening here in this indicator. And so even though price action right here is, you know, kind of in the same zone, you see how this is steadily chopping its way lower and lower. And so I have a feeling that we're going to start to see a downtrend form here, and we're probably going to lose out on this trade right here that that we would have gotten that signal for. Let's play it forward and see what happens. Yep, there we go. See, it started to chop its way down. And 135 pips, yep, was definitely hit. And so, yep, that one definitely ended up stopping us out. Now you see price action came down, started to attempt to make a downtrend here, stopped us out of that long, threw a short signal here on this one. It barely closed in on our 90 pip take profit, and so we would have gotten ourselves a good signal there. And you see that that kind of lined up with the push down from this are right before, right as I said, this big candle that took place here, starting to push down on this indicator. You didn't see the next candle gave us a signal. And so at that point, we had confirmation not only in price action and candlestick pattern, but we had confirmation in the indicator itself. And so again, we had confluence between multiple different points of data that really solidified that we could have taken this trade and gotten at least first profit target out of it, right? And so again, that's where price action should play a role in your trading, is if you can find indicators that accompany that price action movement. So price action looks like it's made this rebound here, came down, hit this kind of level right here, and shot itself back up. Again, if this was me and I was actually reading this information, I would mark this out as a line right there. This would be a zone that I would be paying attention to. We had a strong rejection of it here. You see when price action over here broke through the ceiling, it came down, acted as resistance or support over here on this side before punching back up, making this move right here. And so we'll see what happens. There's no clear signal. Obviously, we see that it rejected this area, but again, we need clear signals when it comes to price action. It's not just enough to say, well, here's this one candle with a long wick and it rejected this zone. I mean, that's great, but that happens all the time. And that does not mean that you are going to, get a solid move in that direction, right? I mean, look, you can see it right here on this candle. I mean, this popped up, it kind of, chopped along this area right here. And this candle and this candle both put in super heavy wicks to the upside, and very similar to what happened here. You could say, well, it's rejecting this area. And then you see this next candle right here just shot right out, took off, and would have cost you a lot of pain and cost you a lot of money. So you can see here that our indicator is starting to show a sign of bullish or bullish signs here. And so it's not horrible. It's definitely one of those things where you can say, yeah, I mean, there's a good chance that it's going to pop a little bit, but nothing really definite that you want to put money on. Now the problem is that we are approaching this zone right here, and we are approaching it very quickly. We only have a short distance in between these two. When it hits this area, there is a good chance, no guarantee, but a good chance that it's going to have some kind of reaction. I mean, it's had multiple reactions to it right here, and many traders are looking at this area and thinking to themselves, you know, we are definitely going to see something happen when that area occurs. And there you go. It didn't even make it to it, and you see, boom, it just smashed down underneath that area. And that's a prime example of why, you know, you don't just jump into it because you see one candle, one, you know, pin bar candle, you know, forming there. So let's see here. We took that trade there. This gave us another short right here. Unfortunately, it shot up, and let me measure that out one more time. Did not stop us out. Boy, that was super close. Oh, wow, look at that. Let me measure out that little wick right there to see if it hit. Nope, it didn't. And it dropped out on us there. And gave us our 90. It's not too horrible. And you see there, when this area was broke once, tried to push back up with the sellers or the buyers there, and the seller said nope and shoved it right back down. And when it did, made a pretty hefty little move, headed back down. And there's a good chance now that it is going to attempt to form a reasonable downtrend, as it's rejected this area quite a few times, and had this huge push up right here. Now it's going to need some exhaustion to the downside for a little bit. And so if I had to guess, I wouldn't put money on it, but I would say it's probably going to try to tinker its way down here a little bit. There we go. All right, here we go, and we are getting a kind of a loose cup and handle pattern forming right there. Let's see, we would have been out of this trade here. Let me measure this out. I gotta be mindful because this indicator is giving a lot of signals here. So we would have been out, shoot, on that first one right there. And so I guess we would have taken another one right there, which definitely would have hit take profits. And then we would have been in the next one right here, which would have came down and hit that and taken profit again. Right about there. Then we would have hit it again about right there in that area. And we'll call that good for now. So yeah, we've had a solid push down. Now it's ran through a couple of cycles. I'm not going to do too much price action reading because, man, it eats up a lot of time doing analysis of price action. But you see it push down here. It rebounded, did this kind of cup and handle type configuration. I think I'd have to look it up. I think some people also call this a 1, 2, 3 pattern, maybe. There's so many people that call these patterns different things. I come from the world of stock trading, who, you know, they don't have the ciphers and the butterfly patterns. If you know what those are, then cool. If you don't, you start looking them up. There are so many different price action patterns that work off of oh goodness, it's escaping me now. The Fibonacci levels, the ciphers, and so on. And boy, they get out there. And actually, I mean, TradingView has these different patterns. You can see them right here, the Elliott triples, the triangle patterns, ABCD, the ciphers. I mean, they have all of them built in that you can play around, you know, with the cipher patterns and stuff. And so it's kind of interesting, but I feel like they're super more advanced than they need to be. But anyways, we have this area right here. It's come down, it's formed this down, kind of a sweeping motion, cup and handle. The handle broke up above this area, and I would say that it is a relatively safe bet that this is going to try to push its way back up some. I don't know how far it's gonna get. It might hit this area, but it definitely is probably going to have a few more bars upwards if I had to guess. Again, I don't think I would lay money necessarily on it, but that's just because I am not specifically a price action trader. I am an indicator trader who uses price action to confirm and help add another layer of confirmation to my trading. And so, let's play it out a little bit here and see what it does. So it pushed up just a little bit more, kind of as I suspected. It hit this little area right here, and it rejected it. It made a hard push back down here, and now it's going to attempt to test this area again as well. It gave us another signal right here. I'm thinking about how I'm testing the indicator in itself. I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful of, you know, honestly, when it first breaks out, that is a good signal. But then what it does is it paints the entire time that this red line is below the range zone. Same thing with the green one. And so it's technically giving a signal the entire way down. But I don't know if that's the best way to really test it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch gears here and just start testing it off of the break, like this right here. It broke it once, came back up, but as long as it doesn't give us a long signal, it's still valid until we either get stopped out or we hit first take profits. I'm not going to tinker around with any more price action reading at the moment because this video is already hitting the 22-minute marker, and I try not to make them too long. And so I'm going to go ahead and punch out some more trades here, get us closer to the end of the year. Then I'll jump back on here and we'll start to count them out and see what we get. We are almost to the end of the year now. Let's dial in these last couple of signals here. Alright, there we go. Alright, so quite a few trades. Let's count them out here. 1, 2, 3. Let me do this. I'm going to go back here actually real fast. And I'm going to take a look at these. That one there. Got it. I'm not going to call that one. That one was fair. Take that one out as well. There we go. I feel like those were a little unfair, so let's count them out now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 winning trades. And so unfortunately, that is just barely misses our 60% marker. Um, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a horrible indicator. Was um, a little too jerky, a little too quick to call signals. Um, I wouldn't say it was an over trader, but it was, gave a pretty large number of signals, all things compared. And so, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a horrible indicator, but it just, I say, just was a little too jerky for my likings. And so, I'd rather have something that's a little bit more solid confirmation and not as many trades than I would, um, have a bunch of over trading when it's unnecessary and taking even small losses. I just don't like it. And that's what I feel like this indicator was. It's a shame because it had a built-in kind of chop zone to it and stuff like that, which was cool, but it just didn't quite work out right. So, all right, that's it. It's going on the no list, and we will move on to the next indicator from here.
If you have not already, like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. As part of the team, it's important that you are seeing the new videos as they come out so you know what it is that we are discussing and what indicators we are testing, have tested, and have not tested. Also, like usual, there is a link below in the description to the Discord server. You can join us on Discord so that way we can further discuss the indicators and have discussions as we move forward building our trading system. And lastly, like usual, there is a link below to TradingView. If you like what you see whenever I use TradingView and you are interested in signing up for TradingView, if you use the link below and sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money. So, all right, everybody, I will see you